where's the energy drink? Hey guys, I am just working on the CPC exam notes. There goes. First flying. Nerves. Fusion. So these laminectomies really one to two segments equals disc. Just a complete removal there on that second one. What is a wish list? That's something else to hit on there. Describe your wish list. Oh my. I guess I'm supposed to be, for this life thing, describe whoops. Let's see. I don't know what I saved. 20. Huh. Huh. I don't know what that is, but or why I'm supposed to do it, but I did it because TikTok's telling me to do it. Put this back in there. Where you go. In one of your previous YouTube videos, you mentioned no two codes with the same modifier ED. I've not seen a lot of answers like with 63020, and then we'd have to do another parent, so 63015, and both of them have like a 59 modifier. That would just be odd. You attach it to one of them to tell a story. It's usually not both. Now, RC, like right coronary, it's attached to a procedure because it needs to be attached to that procedure, but I've still not seen. Usually one procedure is from the 3000 codes, and then you'll go to the 9000 codes for your RC one that might need that. Still not a lot of codes where every single code that you pick for that office visit, all three of them need an RC or whatever. But I'm only talking for CPC exam questions. In real life, it's going to be totally different than what we're doing here, pretending in these coding situations. And I'm not a coder. I don't code. I've never had a job as a coder. I'm a medical auditor, and I deal with HEDIS measures every day and have for over a decade. And HEDIS measures are based off CPT codes. I have to audit and make sure that those codes get sent properly to the health plans, and then the health plans have to send them back to us once they pay the claims. And all that information has to go to CMS, and data warehouses stored nationally. So I'm a trail auditor. I audit trails of claims, and I still haven't seen any UB40s or 50s or the CMS whatever forms. Just I haven't seen a lot of that kind of stuff in modifiers. Not saying it wouldn't happen in real life for sure, but just for the CPC exam, you really wouldn't see something with like the same modifier 3 times on one answer. Not a lot. Well, process of elimination should not start out with modifiers either. So, process of elimination should start out with your very first codes, no matter what. Then we get down to, hopefully, best case scenario, we will have 2 codes left over to look at. So here's an example. So process of elimination, we got a lot of codes back there, right? Don't look at those. Don't ever look at modifiers or anything when we're doing the process of elimination. You are only looking at those first numbers. And what do you see? So sorry if my camera would focus on, it's having a hard time with my hands and everything else. So if we did not pay attention to anything but the first CPT code, no matter what modifiers are attached, we know we keep B and D. Even if there was modifiers attached, we just know that we keep B and D right there because it's the same answer. We can eliminate A and D. And then our difference is made obvious by the R codes. Do we code R symptoms codes when we have a main diagnosis? No, we don't. So R codes, we could eliminate B just because that's a coding irregularity. If those were modifiers attached or whatever that looked odd, then again, that's what I would get rid of, and D would still be my answer. Even without looking at the question, I wouldn't pay attention to any modifiers or worry about it yet. Only do the first code. And then we'll worry about coding irregularities once you get down to just having B and D. Then we'll look at them a little differently then. Maybe that helps. Let me see if I can find an example real quick. Ooh. Let's see. Of one you're talking about. We said RC. That was Monday nights live, maybe, or Friday nights. Control F. This one, if we went by that process, we have modifiers, right? We're not going to pay any attention. We're going to keep our 2 that say 3, 1, right? Because the 03 and the 05 are different. So we would keep B and D. Now we look for coding irregularities. B does have a modifier attached to each number. D has 3 codes with stuff attached to each CPT code, and there's 3 modifiers there. What are we being told to code here? So it says, what CPT codes would pathologist report? So what are they asking me to do? They did a craniotomy and they resected a frozen tumor. So that's one code. And what the pathology got was one object there. Then they also submitted 1 block from gross microscopic examination. Then they took the frozen specimen out and did that. So this has 2 tests in it being asked for. So I'm counting. First one was a large piece tumor. The second one was 1 block that I'm supposed to look at through the microscope. These are 2 different things. So I know I'm doing 2 tests. So for process of elimination here, I would keep B because it's only 2 tests. Also, craniotomy, I told you to memorize that craniotomy is always your 07 code. No matter what, 07 AAPC loves 07. 07 is always tied to craniotomy. But, you know, this has the modifiers attached to every single code, but we're in lab and path. So every section and every area has its own different don't do this, but what if that. So coding is very difficult and way too many if and that rules. I don't like it at all. Never wanted to learn it, but I'm happy to teach you guys what I can about passing the exam, because you'll get trained on how to code at whatever job you get, because it will be set up based off what the health plans will cover. They may not ever cover Modifier 26. Blue Cross might not, based off your contract with them, but then Cigna will. So it's gonna you'll have a learning curve at every new job, and you don't need to worry about that. But just knowing where to find codes, how to use the book, and getting your CPC is 99% of the battle. The rest you'll learn on the job, and it'll all be written out in policies and procedures for you. They'll have cheat sheets for Blue Cross, Blue Shield. They'll have a cheat sheet for Cigna. It's just going to be okay. Don't worry about all that. Just this exam is a bear. So glad it's down to a lot less questions for sure for you guys, because 150 was just unbearably too much. 100% too much. Travis. Just abbreviations: T-spine, C-spine, lumbar, not that you really need it. They're all highlighted in different colors, which will light up to you right away. Definitely want to highlight what's in our bracket, which is stenosis. My oldest, who's 30, already has spinal stenosis in 2 of his areas. He was that close from finishing fireman school. COVID hit. They sent him home for 2 weeks because they couldn't train together anymore. We got his x-rays back from his training, and his spinal cord column had already collapsed on his spinal column. So if we probably could have finished fireman school, but you run the risk. One fall, one injury, and you're paralyzed after that. So that's rough. Got to find you another career path than that strong one where you got to throw patients over your shoulder and run from buildings, you know. Just not going to be able to do it. We're going to have each there. Forgot a bilateral. And then we got a do not attach to it. So 53, no. 50, mod. Just highlighting and doing blue stars and green stars on things. Nothing majorly important. You'll see them again when I come back and do each code individually. Got another do not up at the top. They are just hiding them. This is a new do not for 2022 too, because it's written in green. Jess, is that you? It's good seeing you. Yeah, modifiers are a booger. Try to avoid looking at them. I love it when they're all different in every single one of your answers. One modifier is different every question. Then you just go to the modifiers and just pick your answer that way. That one's a lot easier. You're welcome for the words of encouragement. I wish I could be there with you guys to visit with you. You want to schedule a tutoring, but you can't find an available slot for Friday morning. Let me look. Let me look. My kids are out of school Friday for a parent-teacher conference crap. It's probably why. They call me enough to where I don't need to go in and talk to y'all too. I know they're terrible children. I'm trying here. They're not terrible, but, you know, they sure do love to fuss. No. Okay. Back out of the website, go back in. You should be able to find more time on Friday. I added some more time for you. I hope that's helpful. You're welcome, Taco. That just means that this is an add-on code, that these are the ones that you can multiply times 2, times 3, times 4. We don't do that to the ones without the plus in front of them. So I'm just reminding you that that's what that is. You're welcome. AJ, you're welcome. Okay. Let's come back over here. So these are herniations. Hey Mom, how's it going to? Medicalcodingbyjen.com. My Discord is also a service that I have, which is super cool. If you join my Discord, which is Medical Coding by Jen, we have all these rooms with practice questions in them based off your certification. We have even job resources, just tons, anatomy rooms, just tons of stuff. Oh, who have we helped? Those are the people that passed. I meant to hit anatomy. There we go, anatomy. I had some anatomy questions in there, I did, but along with the questions, you get stuff to help you out with anatomy, plus pictures of my books and what we put in them. Like those super cool. Discord is a rockin' place, guys, of free information. Lots and lots of free information. No modifier 50 on this one either. If it's bilateral, you just bill it twice, times 2. That's why my notes are super handy dandy, guys. You get little tidbits like that. All right. 40. I'm going over to 40. Let me go put Travis to bed. I'll be right back. Oh, Travis. All right. I'm trying to get him to go to bed. Good Lord. All right. We did that one. I need to almost do it. We haven't finished yet. So R40. These are cool because they're just a half a removal. You're very welcome. If there's any days you need that I don't have up available, but you need a different day, always just let me know. And if something comes up and you can't do it that day, I can manually switch it to another day. Don't stress. Life happens. I'm easygoing. I'm just writing herniation again, because these are hernias again. Herniation. And so this is usually sometimes a re-procedure to remove the remaining of something that they've already dealt with in a herniation, or they're just exploring again. It's usually just removing part of the vertebral bone on one side just to relieve some pressure, just a little bit of it, just half of a removal instead of a whole like before. So again, we've got cervical, and we've got single interspace. So C-spine, lumbar, L-spine, for each additional is just cervical. C-spine, and then on if by chance you're doing a C2 and an L1, you're going to code a 6, 3, 0, 4, 0, and a 6, 3, 0, 4, 4. And then if, it's just an example, if by lat use mod 50. Now, this one, no mod 50, you bill twice. But 42, you would do the modifier 50 if it was bilateral. But the add-on codes, you don't do modifiers on those. All right, beauty, let me look and see. Well, I do have 4 people waiting, so let's go to Discord and see. What have I got going on? Where is, yep, nope, wrong spot. I'm going to copy the invite. Okay, good. All right, go to my 4. Message. Okay, Sent Anna a link on Discord. Shell. There's her server link. Yay. Paula. There's her server link. She can push and join. And Queen. You know, looking at Queen really fast, it looks like her username is Queen Hillbilly Dog. I just love it. I think that's great, but I know that's not what it says, but it was just fun. She's like a Tennessee native, just like me. I've had a pet named Hillbilly before, so we called him Billy, but he was a hillbilly. He was our hillbilly pet, so I don't know. It reminded me of our hillbilly pet. All right, so hopefully I got everybody onto the Discord that was wanting to join. Maybe. Whoops, I'm dropping stuff. Hannah, I think I just found you on TikTok. Hopefully, yeah, you messaged me on Discord. I'm just now opening Discord for today. I was on it earlier this morning, but I haven't been on it since I was getting ready, so hopefully that fixed you. Somebody else messaged me. Sure. Ooh, somebody got a jury summons and they're like, can you write me a note to get me out of jury duty? Since technically I'm your student, heck yeah, I can. What do you want me to do? Send me your letter from the jury people. I'll sign it and say you're my student. Absolutely. We ain't got time for that. And I know we all need to do our civic duty and do whatever we need to do. But right now, y'all are stressing over this exam and got too many things on y'all's plate. And I'll be glad to help out. Whatever I can do. All right. I just love hearing from you guys. Whatever I can do. I might be slow at getting to you, like not within an hour, because I'm constantly, you see me here. Y'all know where I'm at and what I'm doing. I don't keep my head in the phone when I'm writing on the book or prepping for the lives or, you know, but I definitely get back to you. And if I promised you something and I didn't do it, please harass me. Message me every day once, at least once, to remind me to keep doing what I said I was going to do. I need a a task monitor person, because keeping it in my head as short-term memory is just failing me, and I'm getting more popular, so I need to find a better way of keeping up with stuff for sure. I need to start writing everything down and checking it off manually, or finding an electronic version of, hey Google, write this on this list or something. You see those fancy people on TV do stuff like that, but I don't know how to do any of that yet. I need to figure it out. I'm just highlighting what is in yellow brackets that I know I'm going to want to keep, that I like to make note of. You'll see it as soon as I get done with it all, because we're going to go code by code here. Bilateral notification with a do not hidden in the middle of it. I do not like it when you do this. Your do nots should be separate. So it says don't use it on 44, which is where? Way back here? Yeah, I already have it on there. Don't use modifier 50. I already had it attached. I knew that one, so that's okay. Okay, but it's on a different page. Good gracious, this has two things there. Good gracious. Okay. This one too. It has two sets of brackets back to back, where one bracket ends and another one starts. Good gracious. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. There you go. Yay, rum. Rum ham. You have some creative, what do they call that? Oh my God, my brain is dying. Handles for your websites. I love how creative you are. You are definitely already rememberable, which is good when you're trying to bug somebody that's busy. So you're awesome, Ham. I don't know. I like the name Rum too. Okay. Hopefully, Loki, I got you on Discord. Hey, Twinkle, how's it going? I can help you with something. EX typing? Oh, yeah. Keeping me a list. You're already my timekeeper. You're great at that. Oh, my gosh. I just have to holler out, Twinkle, I got to do this. Twinkle, I got to do that. Send me a list. There you go. Okay. Woo. Have you sent me your email address recently too? Because I definitely owe you some gifts for helping me out so much, Twinkle. Like some free tutoring time or sections from my notes. Where am I at? Okay. Trying to see, do we need any of those notes? Do we need any of that? Ooh, what does our blue arrow up look mean? That's a revised code. They revised that this year. So I wonder what they took out from last year. 63048. I've got my ICD10 up here, not my CPT. Where's CPT? What'd I do with you? 63045. So the blue one was on 4.8. So 4.8, they had cervical, thoracic, lumbar, each separate section. 4.8. This year, each additional. I don't know what they updated. The only thing they updated was they added in some do nots. So the actual wording in the code didn't revise. Just these parentheticals down here. Those are green. I don't know if they show through on my camera. It doesn't look like it on my end, but the words underneath the CPT code are the same. Anyway. So thoracic, T, spine. So I'm just writing stenosis up here. If I can get a pen that will write. Stenosis. And we're going to write no mod 50. One segment, no mod 50. Are you kidding me? No way. What happened? What happened? Nope, not kidding. Not kidding. Yep, you and CC and others that are helping me with documents and stuff, yeah, get free tutoring and sections of the notes. You just got to send me your wish list. What do you want? Absolutely. No. You take some of the stress off of me, which is so helpful. Keep me focused, because obviously I have focus issues for sure. Lumbar. Oh, I don't think I want to do a different color for lumbar. Lumbar. When you show up, freaking to every live. What great participation. So up above here, I'm going to write just another example. If we're doing like for example C1 and C2 and L4, you would code it six three 045 63048 times 2. Don't ask. I mean, I don't know nothing else than that. It's just an example I've had, and hopefully it makes sense. This is each additional, and it can be cervical. Since there's 2 cervicals, we did it times 2. The lumbar, why we did the 4-5, because the lumbar is by itself, right? The C1 and C2, are those going to be, but see, this is for the cervical spine, so that's one segment, so it's that one, right? And then we have the C2 and this L4 that we combine together in the 48, but we just do times 2 because one's cervical and one's lumbar. Oh crap. I think that's what it is. Because we can do cervical, thoracic, and then lumbar. It's just one of those trash can ones that throw everything into one code. I don't like how vague these codes are. As an auditor, it gives me panic attack. I don't like to think about it. But we will do as they say, and we will get through this exam. That is crazy, insane. Hope that makes sense to you guys. All right. For your information, we've got an each. We're going to do a times. That's an out of sequence. It gets underlined in red. It's also a new code. So 5-3 is on 478 column 2, but it's right up above. And then 5-2 is on 478 column 1, and it is down yonder. There we go. Even if they're on the same page, I go on and write down where it is so I don't panic in the middle of a question. I know I can look right down here at my page number, verify I'm on the right thing, then look for my arrow direction. The 43 is up here, the 53 is up here, and then 52 is over here because we're on a 400 page is why I said that, but yeah. Okay. So this one's lumbar, and it's a single during posterior. $52. These are new codes for this year. They've never been used, both of these 2 codes. So what are they telling me? We are definitely unilateral or bilateral. So we're, again, no mod 50. What time is it? Is it time to put James to bed? He goes to bed at 10. Yep, I'm 12 minutes past. Let me go make sure James goes to bed. I'll be right back. All right, off to bed. This is the difference. The difference is this posterior interbody arthro. That's the new thing. Posterior. No 50 mod on that one too. Okay. Twinkle, your first thing I gotta do is write Sanchez a letter tomorrow to get out of jury duty. Woof. I gotta do that. I gotta remember to do that. Because I am not gonna do it right now. I'm in the book mode. In the book mode. some people are too sweet to ask daily for whatever they ask me for, and I'll agree to it, whatever, you know, and then I don't write it down on a list, and then I gotta remember it. Or even if I do write it on a list, I gotta remember where my list is at. Like I got all kinds of lists, you know, but they get jumbled up, of course. So yeah, I need a keeper. I got so much homework I got to fix on the website. I got to meet with that developer tomorrow at 3, and I have to have a whole lot of crap done. I got to fix and create the terms of my website. Like, all these websites have these terms and agreements and crap. I don't know, legal stuff. And then oh Lord, what else did I need to do? Oh, he wrote me a list. See, my internet guy, he's not doing like the website for me. He's showing me how to do it. But yeah, he writes me list. And what's my list? I got to write terms and conditions for the website because I don't have those up. I got to get him some embedded code for Discord. I got to do my Zoom. I got to get him embedded code for the Zoom room or stream. What am I going to do for that? And I was thinking about having a separate phone number for you guys to just text me, you know, to have, if you're a membership on the website and stuff, y'all can just text me direct. But I need to keep it separate from the kids and home life so that I don't have 10 million things going on this phone any more than what I already have. So I got to set up that. And then I got to set up rules for the phone. Like, if you're going to call me at Sunday night at 2 a.m., I have the right not to answer, you know, because people will sue people over that kind of stuff, apparently, before I give out a phone number. And then add, yeah, I got to start a blog system. Yeah. And then a place for the videos. Yep. I got so much to do on the website tomorrow. Okay, so stay focused. Book right now. Book. I mean, some things I wouldn't even think of, like terms and conditions for giving you a phone number. I wouldn't have thought to do that. So that's why having somebody to tell you what you need is helpful, because I wouldn't have thought about it until after I got sued for not answering somebody's phone call at 3 in the morning or something. I don't know. Does that ever happen? I did not get a reply today. I put it out into chat that AAPC was advertising on Facebook this Zoom meeting to help people pass. Sorry, I got on Facebook to look for it, and then I got on Facebook and looked at that picture and was like, oh my God. So AAPC has this Zoom meeting thing that they were promoting last night, and I was like, oh cool, a Zoom meeting. What are they doing? But then I clicked on it, and it's $150 for 3 hours with somebody to do a Zoom meeting to prep you for the CPC exam. I'm like, $150 per person? What are y'all? Is that what y'all are used to? I'm like, does that happen? I've been following the AAPC Facebook site for a long time, and I normally don't pay attention to what their classes are or things like that. So I was kind of shocked seeing that. Ooh, who is she? Did I help her? I did not help anybody named Taylor that I know of. I'm like, $150 for 3 hours on a Zoom with somebody, with other people, like multiple people, like it was going to be a group session. I thought, wow, that's expensive, number one. And what could be in that class that's so valuable at $150 a head? I'm like, I want to join just to see what they're selling. Like, do they have like some really, really awesome information that I don't know anything about? Or, well, how good could that be? It's got to be really good, right? But if you look at their $6,000 course, I'm hesitant to even think that might be worth it. I don't know. I just have no idea what a 3-hour Zoom with somebody would be that valuable for the exam. No, I haven't paid for it. I saw it advertised. In class, they mentioned that the online testing was higher at passing. I saw that in chat, yeah. Thank you, Twinkle. See that page on 478 again? Yeah. Which side? Side B? 1 or 2? You're awesome, Twinkle. Yeah, I'm like, I wonder if anybody's ever... Yeah, well, their course with all the add-ons is $5,600 and something for a CPC exam course, which you don't need to sit for the exam. But if I had to learn from that how to pass this exam, I would be mad. Extremely mad, because I've audited their course before. But I'm wondering what would be so valuable that I'd pay $150 for 3 hours of it. Besides Disneyland, but I get like 16 hours for $200 there. If you get it for like New Year's Day, you get early entrance, so you can get there at 7 for rote drop. Then you can be in the park till 2 a.m. and they don't kick you out till 3 a.m. So you can actually almost get 24 hours inside there. Now, can your kids tolerate that? Nope. But you and your significant or girlfriends could absolutely go and have a blast without the kids and be there for almost 24 hours and live your best Disney day. Then yeah, you could do that for $200 a day. But what would I pay to have $150 for 3 hours worth of info? Yeah, Golden, yeah, you and Twinkle, 4K. That's a shame. I'd rather go to Disney too, I know. Yep. All right, and there's the other side of that page in case you needed it. Just leave the kids at home. They always get disgruntled anyway. Too hot, too tired, don't want to walk anymore. Just leave them at home. They like Six Flags anyway, and it's a smaller park. You can do it all in one day. All right. Go back over here. So I'm on 55 and 56. Yep. So this is just a decompression of the spinal cord. These 3. So that's what I'm going to write up here. Decompression spinal cord. Not very neatly, but it's there. Okay, we got thoracic, lumbar in each. So we're going to do T, spine. We're going to do L, spine. And we're going to do our times, because this one can be ×2 or ×3, whatever. And we're just doing thoracic and lumbar. T and L. Before we were doing cervical and what? Something. And thoracic, yep. Sorry about the glare from the light. Another do not. Those suckers just hide. They just hide. Just a for your information one. Don't really care about. Okay, 64 and 66 are, what's our word? They're costovertebral. Sorry about all the noise. You woke up again? Aw. The 57 times, that's an add-on code. This means additional segments. So if they remove a thoracic vertebrae disc, one of them, but then they decided to remove another one, and then they also remove an L spine, you would code this one, then you would code this one, then for that additional thoracic you would code this one. You can, if they did 3 thoracic ones, you'd code this one, and then this one times 2, because to get to 3 you'd have 1, and then this one times 2 would be your 2. So 2 plus 1 is 3. So it's just for additional, if they can do additional lumbar or additional thoracic on either one of those. All the plus codes are the ones where you see the answers that are times 2, times 3, times 4. These you would add modifiers to, like 50, to say you did multiple of something or whatever, if you ever needed to, but the times ones are just the times. They're the only ones you do times 2. These codes you just write down twice with like a 59 modifier if you did it twice. But that scenario wouldn't work for these codes, but just saying that that one, that is what's going on there. Those are the only ones you can do the times 2 times 3 thing at. So costal vertebral or ribs area, these provide support to the upper back area. It's around the 2 to the 10th vertebrae is what costal vertebrae is talking about. You can also say that's where the ribs meet the spine. Alright, so this one is T spine, and this one is for each additional, and we're going to box those together. Okay. Anterior lay on back. And just so you know that a core pectomy includes a discectomy. Ooh. Discectomy. So this is important all the way down to code right here. So when two surgeons work together to perform distinct parts of a spinal cord surgery, each surgeon should code with Appendix 62 modifier. So it's a modifier alert, gets 2 blue stars, right? And we're going to Mod 62. Important, right? So right here where they start, they're going to start describing the situation right here, where it, and what codes it could be used with. These can all get Modifier 62 if there's two surgeons working on the patient. If I highlight the words instead of the lines, I get complaints about not being able to see stuff because I have to take pictures and then it transfers into a PDF, and sometimes highlighting things doesn't turn out the best on a conversion. So I'm just highlighting underneath each word, so you don't have to do that, your own book, but that's why I'm doing it that way. They can see through the yellow, but they can't see through the pink and the blue for some reason. But we're going to highlight that whole thing. It's talking about a partial. And remember, this corpectomy includes that discectomy for the disc. When you're in this section, please don't forget about your do nots, because that 75 cannot be used with this 2-2 or 5-4. I'm going to add, I don't think it's add. Don't use, no, 2, 2, 5, 8, 5. I didn't see it there. I thought it would have been there. We can't use it with that code, or it may be on further down as far as the parent codes or the child ones, but I don't see it right away, so I'm just going to move it right here. We can't code it with 2, 2, 5, 5, 4 either, just in case. Yeah, 5, 4 is there, but where's the 8, 5? I don't know. Gotta remember not to do that one. Yep. Okay. Hey, Alan. Thanks for the follow. We're on page 279. Sorry, I saw that you woke up again and then I got distracted and didn't read your question. Sorry. You and Golden. I know, right? All right, where am I at? So, all three of these are all together in one nice little bundle, right? This one's a times. It's an each, even though it's hidden. This one's an each, even though it's hidden. I like it better when it's the very first word. Yep. These are anterior. The other ones were posterior. These are going to be anterior, up the writing upside down or whatever I'm doing here. Climbing up the wall, writing. Anterior discectomies. Anterior discectomies. Thank you for the love. I already got 1,000 likes. Ooh, that's cool. That's sweet. With just 10 of you here, too. I had 30 on the other live. Okay. So, this one's cervical, right? So, let's get out our rainbows and do cervical in purple. This one's going to be thoracic. That's it. So we'll do cervical for each additional in purple. And then our other thoracic will get the green again. So now they're separating things. Instead of having all for one lump garbage can, they're doing cervicals, one segment here, and then multiple here. And then this one's they're doing the thoracic single, and then each additional thoracic there. So this one's going to be C, spine, single, or one. And this one's going to be C, spine, each, additional. Oops. Okay. And then T spine, first one, and then T spine, each, additional. Alrighty, alright, alright, alright. This one is going to be C-spine. We've got cervical. And we've got our first with this one. And it'll have a child code on the next page. This one's also anterior. This one's a corpectomy. This is anterior discectomy. This is anterior corpectomy. Okay, fixing to turn this page to the other one, so grab your screenshots if you want it. 15 minutes. Ooh. I gotta put this on the charger too. I got 20% battery left. There we go. Got you plugged up with some go-go juice. There we go. We still got a lot of pages to do. Oh. About 10 more. We're about at the halfway mark. Go turn off the Olympics real quick. It's playing in the living room. Hey, Chloe. You visiting? They were distracting me. All right. I'm going to stand a minute. I'm tired of sitting. Okay. That and that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Love it when they have a proper name, because that will be on the exam if they choose that code. Yep, 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 yep. Laminectomies. Okay, good. How about our do nots? We got any do nots? Everything is use. I got a bilateral. All right, all blue. That's been deleted. And for bilateral, with mod 50. Yay. Okay. Got a couple of greens for your information. Is there anything deleted in there? Do nots, I mean. $81. Yeah, we knew that. We put that in there. Yep. Okay. Two goes back to that last one. What color did I do it in? That pale little green. That's going back to Mama over there. This is C-spine. Each additional. Okay. And there was another 4, of course. thoracic and lumbar in one. Why don't we just get confusing? Thoracic, lumbar, and sacral into one. Jeez. Okay. Thoracic, lumbar, cervical, thoracic, and columbar. Good gracious. 3 different ways to do it that way. And that's it. I'm going to go on and stay on till midnight. That way I don't have to restart the live. It'll be 3 hours. It'll be 2 hours and 50 minutes because I got on a little late. Like 9:10, I think. So I'll just stay on for the last hour and then it'll be bedtime. Okay. Maybe we can get through with 5 more pages. Then I can finish this up tomorrow. Fingers crossed. What is tomorrow? What is tomorrow? Thursday? Tomorrow's Thursday. Okay, no live, but I can do this live. But I have tutoring. What time is my first tutoring? Make sure I'm prepared for it. Oh. Mm-hmm. No tutoring tomorrow. Nobody scheduled? Ooh. And I won't let people do same-day schedules because that gets confusing when I don't have anything prepped. But yeah, nobody's scheduled till Friday. So that's good. I've got to get, I had something else, Twinkle, come up. I think I've got 2 people. Who is it? I've got 2 people. Who's my horse girl? She's always outside helping with the horse, but I'm supposed to show her how to get through with her course a lot better. And our schedules are just not meeting up. Maybe we could meet tomorrow since I got some free time. There is someone. There we go. Terry. I am Terry. Yeah. I want to help her with a quick call and show her how to do Blackboard super easy. And then there's one more person that I was going to do that too with. There's 2 people. Because they're just falling behind in their class and their course and can't figure out how to maneuver through that AAPC course efficiently. They're drowning in the work that's involved. Or somebody else. Was it Jet? Was it? It's somebody that's always in the lives. That's you. It's Red. That's it. That's her. Yes, Red. I've got to hook up with Red, Twinkle. Red and Terry are both people I need to do a quick messenger call with. And so I can see their Discord. They can just show me the computer screen. Or I can show them my Discord or Blackboard. Not Discord, Blackboard. Show them Blackboard and how to navigate it. efficiently so they're not drowning and get the most out of it. So I gotta keep up with everybody because I talk to people on Discord, on Messenger, on email, on Etsy, just so many platforms I have, and keeping everybody straight, and everybody has a different name on each one, and then remembering who they are and what I'm supposed to do and when I have time. But yeah, red, we got to get together so I can show you some stuff. I know you had, today was class day for everybody, I think, so everybody had class till late. So if you've got any time tomorrow at all, just message me on Messenger. Since I don't have any tutoring and I don't have to be on live, but I will be, but I don't have anything except for my meeting with the website developer, which is what time tomorrow? 3 o'clock my time to 4. We do an hour. And that's the only thing I got going on tomorrow, except for my kids are going to be home early. They're coming home at 3 instead of 4 o'clock. And then they don't have school all day Friday. And then I got tutoring all day Friday. Oh, Lord. So I'm an hour ahead. Yeah. So it's only 10 o'clock your time. Yeah. And you passed. Yay. Congratulations on your final. And you passed. I am Arizona time zone. We don't go forward. We don't fall back. We don't do anything like the rest of the United States does. So we have our own time zone. It is 1 minute away from 11 p.m. here right now. Yeah, it's odd. Arizona is a wild, wild west. We do not conform to any other states, anything. Nothing. We don't do anything. I lived here since 2013, and I'm still flabbergasted by the differences of this state compared to even just Tennessee or California, the major places where I've lived. I was born in Rome, New York, but that was just because Daddy was in Vietnam. He got stationed there at the Air Force Base. Transthorax. This is our, remember how we were doing anterior and posterior approaches? I can't get my pen to write right now, but this is transthoracic approach, which is going to be our difference in these two codes. Yep. We've got our times each, and we are T spine each. We are trans. But it's kind of cool because, like, if I go to Vegas right now, they're an hour behind us right now. So, like, my 5 o'clock, it starts getting dark, and by 6 o'clock, it's dark. But in Las Vegas, it starts getting dark at 4 p.m. And it is dark by 5 p.m. They have to leave work at 5 p.m. in the dark. We get an extra hour of sun, so it's not dark till 6 p.m. So that one particular thing is nice about Arizona, that we don't follow whatever madness the rest of the United States is doing. But I can't. I remember living in California before 2013, and half the year you leave work at 5 p.m. on the dot, and it's dark. It's dark. Dark. It's awful. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. What am I? Oh, Twinkle did some stuff. You're in Vegas. Oh, Lady Sad. I'm always in Vegas, girl. You were born in Vermont. We almost cousins. Thanks for answering, guys. And I don't think it's that she needs help with the blackboard. It's like she knows how to use it and she's utilizing it good. It's just managing all the material that they give you in the course, and how do you get through the course feeling like you've got, because she'll go to class and everybody else can answer questions, but she barely got through with reading the course material, much less working through the questions for that. And she's doing at home, working on Blackboard, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and then still going to class, but not getting it all done. It's just a lot of material they throw at you. So I think she just wanted help with, both of them need a little bit of time management, how to utilize what they give you a little easier. So 85. Yep, translore. Yep. So this one is just T-spine. And we're first. What does that mean? Combined Thor approach. This one is just Thor approached. Combined with what approach? Oh, I hate these things. Oh, it's combined the thoracic and lumbar is what they're talking about. Yeah. Okay, so we are... It's an interesting question I just had in my head. Does that mean, because or means and, so does it mean you can remove one lumbar and one thoracic? Two things, but they're single? Or does it mean you can only remove one lumbar and one thoracic, and then the eaches go down here? I hate coding. This would drive me nuts. I know the CPC exam will never have anything like that on it. What it would have is the difference between this code and that code. Do you know the difference? So this is thoracic, and this is thoracic and lumbar. That's all you need to know for your exam. So don't let my questions out loud scare you, but I'm just thinking as an auditor, of course, always, and worried about if I had to do this job, I would scratch myself silly worrying over the wording. I would have to have the companion with it guide, and I would have to have every year. And we're going to make a note about lower. Maybe there's an upper. Because they didn't just say anywhere on the thoracic, they said lower. Okay, well, where's lower? Is that vertebral column 1, 2, or 3? Or is it 3, 4, and 5? Where's your lower? Specifically, that would drive me nuts. They're way too vague. Way too vague. On these code descriptions, they drive me nuts. Oh. Every year, AMA comes out with these changes guides that you have to buy with your CPT books. And it's called the Insider View, but it doesn't do every code. It only does the ones they change for this year. So you got to buy one every year with all this crap. But it is cool because if they do change one of them, they'll give you a coding example for it, and then their descriptor is not just a couple of sentences, it's all of that. All of that is the descriptor for that one CPT code. So you get all your questions answered, and it goes on for days. It's going on to the second and third and fourth page. It really gives you a lot of scenarios too with it. They'll give you clinical examples, and then they'll give you the procedure description, but they'll also give you a clinical description, if that makes any sense. Like if you were in the office and saw this, they give you a clinical example. Then they give you a procedural example too. If you were doing the procedure, what would it look like? And then their code descriptions are way longer than anything that's in the CPT book. So they also give you rationale. Love it, but you got to buy every single one. That's what all these blue and green bubbles are underneath. They're telling you which version of this stupid thing that they're in, and you got to have 10 years, 20 years back. Some of them are like 002. I got to go find, what year are we in? 2022? So I got to go find a book that's 20 years old to find the description to answer my questions about who, what do you mean specifically by lower? Which vertebrae is considered lower? And then yeah. Yes, time management is hard. So I showed off a little bit in the live tonight. I don't know if you were able to show up for that, Red, but here's what, if I can get this to work right, what I would show you, Red, but here's what, if I can get this to work right, what I would show you in here. So if you go to my course, like COC or something, each course has a quiz. Can you see that? Let's see. Yeah, it has a quiz. Yep, it has a quiz, and then they have a review, and then each chapter has a practical application. This is what you need. That right there. Those three things should be your focus. Don't worry about the PDFs. Don't worry about the videos. Don't worry about nothing. You need to do those. And what you do is, after you get your results from doing them, you highlight them by, like if this was it, you would go like this and highlight and then just right click the exam and then hit print and then change it to PDF, and then it'll ask you to save it, and you save it on your desktop wherever you want to save it. But do that to each one of those and you'll get something that looks like this. So for each one of these questions that are in your review or in your quiz or whatever, you'll get something like this. It'll give you the question, it'll give you the answer, and then it'll give you the answers and then the rationale. What you should focus your time on is just these. And then go through each question. Like, which question was I doing in the middle of the live? It was cool. But you just go see what's going on. They're talking about medical necessity on this one. We were talking about a diagnosis one, I think. It was one of these. But figure out why they picked that diagnosis code. And when you have A, B, C, and D to compare it to, what's so different about that G code compared to this G code, or that R code compared to the other one that they had in their options? Why would they pick that? What guideline are they attaching it to? How could I answer it better the next time? Focus on just those 3 things out of the course. Don't worry about nothing else, because you'll learn from the questions about why they are the way they are. And if you don't pass your review with a 70, the good thing is you can bring it up on half your page by hovering. Put it up on your half your page, and then you bring up your internet website. Let me bring this up real quick. I was doing my PhD course. Put it on the other side of your thing, and if you're in Blackboard, you can have this open at the same time. So if I go to, I can't see my keyboard. Is that B? No, that's V. B. There we go. Blackboard. We go there. We go bring up my course. Says. Got plenty of those. And then we go to something. One of the courses. And where's my chapters? Where's the chapters? Yeah. Where's the chapters? There we go. So we go to like chapter 2, and you'll have all these quizzes and lectures, and say, I didn't pass this review. You have it here that you did the first time. They'll give it to you a second time, and you got to get a 70 on it. Well, they'll rearrange the questions, but you've got them here. So when you hit over here, you can do Control F, and you can word search the questions by CPT code or by whatever word is in the question. Then you can find them because they'll be out of order, and then you can answer them in your review for the second one. They'll throw in a couple of extra questions that are new, but all I do is when I have a new question, I just highlight the question, right click, and of course copy it, and then I'll open up another window behind my exam, go to Google and paste it, and everything's on Quizlets, so I can find the answer if I need to. Might not be correct, but a lot of times it is. And then I can at least get a 70, because I'll have 70% of the answers are right here. They only give you 30% new ones, but I'll definitely have the review part here. Hopefully I can find a couple of more off the internet during the middle of the second time I take that review. But even when I take it, I need to copy, paste, and print and save the review, because your studying should be these questions and answers. Now that you've got the questions and answers answered, you need to go through each one and figure out wording like, I have A, B, C, and D. 3 of them start with the letter L here. We've got limited, lack, and lack. The other one is not. What's the differences? Why did they pick that answer over that one? It doesn't matter what kind of question it is. Just really analyze what's going on with it. And if there's an answer that you can write in your CPT book so that you understand and know where it is, especially any of the rules or regulations you can write in your front of your book. If it's a diagnosis question, then you can absolutely write those examples in your ICD-10 book. If it's anatomy one, go to the anatomy picture, wherever the ear is, the female organ systems, whatever, go to those and write down the definition for whatever it is. Like RML stands for what? If I don't know it, right middle lobe, then we have that section in our CPT book in the back where we keep all the abbreviations. You know, it's in that back cover. And if it's not here on the back cover, like our JVD isn't, but it's constantly on the exam, just write it in. And so if that AML isn't here, which it isn't, all we've got is AMP, we should write down AML. Is that what it was? AML? Yep, RML. Oh, good gracious. R. Let's go to R. A, B, C, D, F, G, R, M, L. Nope, it's still not there. We still don't have RML. So we can write it in. I'll do it where I can reach it. I can't hold the book and do this at the same time. But RML should go in there. Stuff like that. That's what I would focus on. Those questions, reviews, what are those other things they call them? Practical applications. I would write all of those in the CPT and the ICD-10 books in the order that they coded them, and just go quiz by quiz, because that will help you when you go into class. You will have done all the review questions, all the quizzes, and all the practical applications for that chapter. You'll be able to answer questions and know what's going on without watching the videos, without doing the PDFs. None of that other crap means anything. You don't have to go through it. The questions are where the course is at. Thanks, Sherry. You're welcome perfectly. There's like 200. But that's what I would do with the course, for sure. Just don't focus in on the other crap, because it's just going to get in your way. And it's terrible. The way it's written, it's all formal language with wordy word stuff in it, not broken down into common, simple language, or it's not even broken down into associative language. Like, you can't learn anything unless you associate with it. You know, you have something in common with it. You can feel it, see it, have a commonality with it, and you're not working in the coding system every day, all day long. So this is just random information, and it's still going to be stored in your short-term memory. So unless you can put yourself in a situation to remember it, like, oh, I had a fracture of my tib fib, and I did this, or my mom did this, or, whoever had the specific fracture, or a laminectomy. You really can't visualize it and learn it. You have to associate with it. And the way they write their material and teach it is very academic and wordy and unrelatable. I think. I couldn't learn anything that way. Not at all. Okay, no worries. Anytime. Tomorrow's a good day for it. Friday, I'm going to be covered up. But tomorrow's going to be a light day for me. Hopefully. We are transperitoneal or retroperitoneal. These are our approaches that are totally different. Remember, we were doing transthoracic, and I didn't even underline our combined. How am I doing in time? This one, trans and retro. Trans and retro. Aw. It's 12:30 in Arkansas. I used to live in West Memphis, Arkansas. I bet I told you that story before. Sure did. I managed a apartment building there for an elderly couple, but I also helped them around the house. He loved lox and bagels for breakfast every morning. This was way before my career in medicine in college. It was 1992. Yep, I lived in West Memphis, Arkansas, 1992. They had some boys murder some other boys. It was really bad situation there. I don't know where Newton is, but West Memphis was just right across the Memphis Bridge right there, so not very far into it. Now, when my daddy got out of Vietnam, right after I was born, I was born in Rome, New York, at the Air Force Base, we moved to Little Rock, Arkansas, and lived there for a couple of years till Mom and Dad got on their feet and moved back to Memphis. By the time I was in kindergarten, we lived with Granny and Grandpa. That was great. By Harrison, Arkansas. Beautiful country. Mosquito country. Good Lord. I think that's y'all's national bird right there, is the mosquito. Am I right? Is that's your national bird, right? I think so. It's the mosquito. That sucker's vicious. again with this lower. Chigger country too. Chiggers used to love my mom. They never bothered me, and I used to get, in Memphis, locked out of the house so she could clean the house on Saturday mornings, and I'd have to play outside all day. But that was just the norm back then. But the Chiggers, she only went to work and came home. She did not mess with outdoor life. But they loved that woman. She used to have to put fingernail polish on her ankles to seal them into her ankles so that they would die. It was awful. She itched so bad. Chiggers loved her. I don't miss none of that. We don't even have fleas and ticks out here in Arizona. It's too dang hot. The sand boils during the summertime. It gets so hot out here, so you got to be careful. You will really ruin your feet if you go outside barefooted. There ain't no barefoot feet out here. But no flippy flop weather out here. But man, I don't miss those bugs. What are chiggers? I'm saying Chiggers. They're little mites that bury into your ankles, kind of like a tick, but they're littler, and you just seal them in with some nail polish over the top of them. They lose oxygen and die. It's the best way to get them out because they're so tiny. Isn't it awful? Chiggers. Yep, that works. That clear nail polish works better than anything else. Chiggers. It's what we called them. I'm sure there's a better name for it, but it's just what my mom called them. And my grandma and everybody else. Chiggers, Chiggers. Have no idea. I'm sure they're... Has anybody else's cell phone service or internet died at like midnight the last 2 nights? It's been really kind of weird around here. The last 2 nights they've been doing, I guess, cell tower stuff, but right at midnight there is not even Verizon cell service, and I pay for the good stuff. It's expensive as all heck, but it went out right at midnight 2 nights in a row, and I'm sitting here having trouble with my laptop right now, so I'm like, oh, is the internet gonna go down? Don't start. They've even been talking about it in town, but I guess it's just a local thing. That's their name. Is Chiggers. I guess, a lot of people may not have ever heard of them. I wonder if they have like a scientific name that I should know, but I have no idea. We've always called them Chiggers. Chiggers. They gave her such fits. There we go. Internet's working again. Okay. What am I doing? What number am I on? 0101, 0101. Do I need to know anything up here? So right here, we're going to be doing extra approach. And we're doing a tumor or bone. So these are just a little different. And thoracic lumbar, and then this one is thoracic and lumbar each. So extra, read all about it. We are extra approach. And we're doing a tumor or bone. Now I get hungry at midnight, right? When you can't eat. Oh, okay. T, spine. First. And L, spine. Just one segment, and then this is each additional. No 50 mod. Just bill it twice. Do each. Okay. About 20 more minutes. Okay. My hands stay full of pens. One hand is holding 15,000 pens while the other one isn't. Okay. Okay. This is a lamb with MYE. And this is a lamb drain. This is intra, and this is plural. Well, peri and plural. Okay. Lammy with Rhine. This is greater than 2. It's supposed to be an RHIZ. That's all I'm trying to spell right there is that. Lammy with the nerve. That's it. Lammy with tether. L spine. Just doing all the cervicals in one color since there's so many switching around on this page. I'm just going to do them all in brown. And then I'll do purple for thoracic. And then I did blue for thorough Colombo color, whatever. Good gracious. I think there's one of those. No? Yeah, right there. Yep. And then we'll do green. Green for lumbar. Baby blue for sacral. See, this sacral is extra, and this sacral is intra. So that'll be our differences besides the color scheme I've got going on here. is some are going to be by themselves, just lumbars, and then these are all going to be extras, and then we're going to have intras. Yep. Intra and extra. We'll just do those in red and black. So, extra, extra, and then the next ones are intra. Starts all over again. And then we've got a combined intra and extra. Any level. I'll even make the word red and black combo. So over here we've got lamb and lamb. 4, excision, excision. This is what they're going to pick on because they love it when they're all starting out the same. The difference is this is set right here is for occlusion, so we'll write occlusion right there and box them in. The next one is for evacuation, we'll box those in. Then the next one is for intraspinal lesion, we'll box those in. The next one will be for neoplasms, we'll box those in. So that's pretty cool. And that's how we'll separate them. And in this box, we're just going to write occlusion. So when you're doing laminectomies, you can't just pick laminectomy cervical. You got to find out if you're intra, extra, if you're doing an occlusion or an evacuation or excision or a lesion or a neoplasm along with all that. So it's fun. But it can be done if you just have it all color coordinated. Then you don't have such a hard time picking out the differences during your exam. I couldn't imagine. I mean, I did it and passed it with complete clear books, but no need in being that difficult. No neoplasms on that one. So all those got a little neo mark. This is intra and extra. This is biopsy extra neo. That one code on top is an intra extra neo. These are just intra neos, and then this one's our combo. And that's our add-on code. Lord. So we have some modifier alerts. What time is it? 10 more minutes. Yep. Oh, good job. Good job. Good job. Okay. So we got some modifiers here I'm seeing out of the corner of my eye. More of that to surgeon stuff. It's the same paragraph that was in the other headings before, where they talk about two surgeons. I try not to get the blue on the words, but I'm doing it a horrible job. Do our brackets. Only two here, worth a darn to highlight. Color me rainbows. This is we're excising lesions during a corpectomy. Yeah, it's not for coding, it's for passing an exam that's an open book exam, and that way you don't have to go through and process the differences in these. In the middle of your exam, when you're expected to code, when you're coding it on the job, you're supposed to do 8 to 10 cases an hour. They're expected to do 30 an hour. So processing what each code means in that limited time, in about 120 seconds each, they can just grab their information and be able to pick the right answer correctly. It's not for coding, it's for passing your national certification with ease and with a certainty that is a lot less stressful than having to do it on your own without clear understanding of the codes and what's going on. This is to help for other reasons, not for coding. But I appreciate your feedback, and I hope I just love that it's over the top, because it is over the top. Nobody does this. Nobody teaches like this. So that's for sure. Everybody here knows that. They've been trying to go to teachers and learn how to pass the exam with no success. So I do it a little different. And it is a lot of work. It is. But if you want that work from home job and you want that career, you got to pass your certification, and if you can't pass it, this is a surefire way to help you get there. They do. They get trained in coding systems. They absolutely know what CPTs are and ICD10s, and they know that they are they need to code to the correct specificity. They are trained in it from residency school all the way up to where they join a medical group. They are going to be taken and forced to do monthly coding classes. And in fact, when I take over a group and help them with their auditing, I will do unblinded scorecards, which they hate. I will say Dr. Jones doesn't code his diabetes patients as well as Dr. Smith. Or I'll say Dr. Smith doesn't get in all his patients who need pap smears or mammograms. And look at all these colonoscopies he hasn't done. But his competing doctor in the same group has all these done. And look at how many women he got in for their mammograms this year. And they can win, of course, extra bonuses at the end of the year if they make sure all their patients get all their screenings, like their hemoglobin A1Cs, their blood pressure checks, all these things that benefit patients and help prevent diseases. If they get them in, they can win shoe money at the end of the year. Their wives' shoe money. I guess it could be very expensive, but I don't wear that kind of stuff. But I don't even carry a purse. I'm not very traditional in that kind of sense. But I make it a competition, and many administrators and groups are shocked by my suggestion that we need to make unblinded competitions monthly, but they can't deny the results afterwards, because when I make it a competition between the doctors will start demanding their patient list and get them in and get them seen, and so that when they come back next month, they can be the top dog. It works 100% of the time, so I've never had it not work, and doctors are, if anything, very competitive. And if you unblind their results, you will absolutely win at anything. What time is it? I'm very low maintenance. I don't do my nails. I cut my own hair. I have one dress shoe, one tennis shoe, and one boot, that's it. That's all we need. I don't even own a hairbrush, guys. Not with all this hair. Oh my gosh. Yeah, my poofy hair, y'all can see it in the thingy. I just bend over and pull it forward and then cut it straight across so that it's layered when I flip it back over, and then I just blow dry it, and it's curly, hot mess as it is. And then, I don't get my nails done. I get my eyebrows threaded with the boys, though, a couple of times a year. They look so good, didn't they? But that's it. I'm very low maintenance. 5 more minutes. The only problem is HIPAA. I wish we could have like direct patient contact to their cell phones. Hey, Virginia, it's time for your annual mammogram or whatever. It's so stupid. Somebody will sue somebody over something. Well, I was looking at my phone and somebody was looking at my pictures with me, and then I get a text message notification saying my mammogram is due, and I was embarrassed. I don't want that on my phone. Yeah, we can't do anything like that. We have to send it in a sealed envelope if we do mail it out. And then half the addresses are changed or don't go to nobody opens junk mail from the doctor. It's really sad what we are held against. I mean, if I got alerts on my phone, I might go in. It doesn't bother me that people know I'm a woman and need my mammogram, whatever. I'm constantly showing off my phone during these lives. Y'all can see all kinds of stuff. I mean, heck, my Facebook that y'all talk to me on is the one that my mom's attached, to. So I'm not. But you'd be surprised what people get sued over, especially corporations that are supposed to be taking care of your life. If we leave one little thing trying to help you, we get in so much trouble. Good gracious. I wish we could do that. Alan? They always ask me too. The better way to do it is to ask them what their address is, or the street number, or the current zip code or something, because if they just ask you if your address is the same, you're just going to automatically robot say yes, yes, yes. But they need to verify, like, what's the last 4 digits of your cell phone number, or what's the first digits in your house address. That's the proper way to do it. When I'm auditing doctor's offices, I make sure the staff is doing something like that, which is better. But yes, that's great that you do pay attention to their mail, because it is important. It really is. All right, guys, it is 10 minutes after midnight. I am going to call it quits. We got, how much more? Ooh. Yeah, enough. We got enough more pages. Try to get those done tomorrow. I'll be back on in the morning when I boot the kids off from school in about 7 more hours. I'll boot them out the door and then we'll get back on. I've got a lot of work to do on the website too before my meeting at 3, but I'll be around, especially if my Terry and Red want to go over their Blackboard. And anything else that I've forgotten to do this week, y'all shoot me a message. Oh yeah, I got to write a letter for jury duty so somebody can get out of jury duty. Okay, but I hope this has been helpful, guys. I will see y'all again tomorrow. You're very welcome, guys. I will see you again tomorrow. Sweet dreams. Good night.